Most people live their lives weak, not because life is unfair, but because they never train their mind to endure hardship. Pain hits, fear rises, failure comes, and the mind crumbles. You feel powerless, anxious, and frustrated. You know there's something missing. The truth is, your mental strength is not being developed intentionally, and every day you delay, life chips away at your resilience. But what if you could change that? What if there were forgotten Stoic laws for mental strength, principles nearly lost to time, that could transform your mind into something unshakable? Today, you're going to learn 5 forgotten Stoic laws that make you mentally unbreakable, and how to apply them today, blending ancient Stoic philosophy with modern psychology to reclaim control over your thoughts, emotions, and actions. The first law is simple, yet deceptively powerful. Accept reality as it is. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Notice how clear he is. Life itself is neither good nor bad. Events happen. Circumstances unfold. The frustration, anger, or fear you feel comes not from what happened, but from your resistance to it. Modern neuroscience confirms this. Your brain releases stress hormones not just in response to events, but in response to the story you tell yourself about those events. Every time you resist reality, your mind and body amplify the stress signal. By practicing acceptance, by observing reality without judgment, you train your nervous system to respond with calmness instead of panic. Practically, this means each morning, before you check your phone or react to anyone, remind yourself, life will be difficult, people will fail you, things will go wrong. Say it quietly to yourself. Anticipate, don't resist. When the first frustration hits, notice it, breathe, and act with clarity. Acceptance doesn't mean passivity, it means you stop wasting energy on what cannot be changed. This is the foundation of a mentally unbreakable mindset. The second law is control your reactions, or be controlled by them. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Think about that. Every insult, setback, or unexpected event is a test. Modern psychology calls this emotional regulation, a skill tied to prefrontal cortex activity. People who regulate emotions successfully are less likely to suffer from anxiety and depression, and their decision-making improves. You don't have to suppress emotions. Suppression creates tension and eventual burnout. Instead, observe the emotion as a signal. Anger, fear, and disappointment are data, not commands. Here's how to practice it. Next time someone triggers you, pause 3 seconds before responding. Ask yourself, what is within my control here? What am I allowed to influence? Then respond deliberately. Over time, your mind learns to respond rather than react, and your energy becomes yours again, no one else's. This is how Stoic laws for mental strength intersect with modern behavioral science, building resilience and an unbreakable mind. The third forgotten law is remove attachment to outcomes. Seneca advised, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." This isn't about giving up on goals, it's about detaching from the result. Modern behavioral science shows that people who tie self-worth to outcomes are prone to chronic stress. Our brains release cortisol when things don't go as planned, creating anxiety loops. Detachment is not apathy, it's deliberate focus on process over results. Practically, you can do 3 things. 1. Before starting a task, define effort, not success. 2. Break your goal into controllable steps. 3. After completing each step, remind yourself the result is external. By following this, your mind remains resilient even when failure strikes. Every time you detach from outcomes, you reinforce a stable, mentally unbreakable mindset, applying Stoic rules for mental toughness in real life. The fourth law is voluntarily face discomfort. Seneca lived simply, slept on hard floors, and ate plain food, not because he had to, but because he wanted to train resilience. Today, psychology calls this hormesis. Exposure to controlled stresses strengthens the body and mind. Cold showers, fasting, intense physical exercise, or public speaking practice are modern equivalents. Each creates small, controlled adversity, which trains your nervous system to tolerate larger challenges without fear. Actionable steps. Choose one form of mild discomfort today. Take a cold shower, skip one comfort meal, or push yourself in your workout. Notice how your mind reacts. Over weeks, your tolerance grows and life's real hardships feel smaller. You are literally rewiring your brain to handle stress, just as the Stoics intended. This law builds mental strength, Stoicism, cultivating resilience, self-discipline, and emotional control. The fifth forgotten law is Premeditate Adversity. Marcus Aurelius would start each morning by imagining obstacles he might face that day. This practice, called Premeditatio Malorum, prepares the mind for reality before it strikes. Psychology calls this visualization with stress inoculation. Athletes, soldiers, and performers use similar methods to anticipate challenges and rehearse responses. Practically, before any significant event, take 5 minutes to imagine what could go wrong and how you would respond calmly and effectively. Visualize yourself remaining composed under insult, delay, or failure. When reality aligns with your anticipation, you respond effortlessly. Premeditation reduces shock, increases confidence, and transforms anxiety into readiness. This is a perfect example of Stoic laws explained in modern terms, ancient wisdom applied to contemporary life. Each of these 5 laws shares a common thread. The mind is trained deliberately. The mentally unbreakable person does not avoid hardship, does not wish life were easier, and does not outsource control of emotions to external events. They anticipate, accept, regulate, and act with deliberate focus. Modern psychology validates these approaches. Cognitive behavioral therapy encourages recognition and reframing of thoughts. Emotional regulation exercises strengthen the prefrontal cortex. Visualization prepares the nervous system for challenge. Stoic principles for life are not relics. They are the original blueprint for mental resilience, proven by both philosophy and science. So how do you start applying these laws today? Begin small. First, practice acceptance in a minor frustration. Traffic, a mistake at work, or a delayed message. Next, notice your reaction and take deliberate control, even in a short conversation. Then, choose a task and detach from its outcome. Measure success by your effort. Voluntarily face one small discomfort, whether physical or mental, and premeditate one minor adversity for tomorrow. Each day, layer these practices. In weeks, you will feel a quiet but undeniable change in your mental state. Your mind will stop being dominated by fear, anger, or anxiety. You will feel strength growing in stillness, clarity in chaos, and resilience in adversity. Every step applies Stoic rules for mental toughness, reinforcing your unbreakable mindset. It is important to understand, mental unbreakability is a lifelong practice. You will fail, you will falter, and the world will try to push you off balance. But the Stoic mindset, reinforced by modern behavioral science, allows you to recover faster, act smarter, and remain calm. Strength is not created in comfort. It is forged in deliberate effort, guided by principles that have survived centuries of human experience. By rediscovering these forgotten Stoic laws, you reclaim your mind from distraction, fear, and weakness. You build a fortress not around walls, but around deliberate thought, disciplined action, and conscious acceptance. Applying these Stoic laws for mental strength daily rewires your brain to handle adversity, setbacks, and uncertainty with composure. Remember, these laws are not theoretical. Each day you apply them. You train neural pathways that reinforce resilience. Every pause before reaction strengthens emotional regulation. Every acceptance of reality lowers chronic stress. Every voluntary discomfort rewires stress tolerance. Every visualization primes your nervous system for challenge. Every detachment from outcome rewires self-worth away from fickle circumstances. The integration of these practices is what separates those who break under pressure from those who remain unshakable. Mentally unbreakable mindset is not magic. It is deliberate action, sustained over time. As you reflect on these 5 forgotten Stoic laws that make you mentally unbreakable, ask yourself, which practice speaks to you most? Which principle will you implement first in your life? Will it be acceptance of reality, controlling your reactions, detaching from outcomes, voluntarily facing discomfort, or premeditating adversity? Start small, be consistent, and notice the transformation. Your mind is capable of far more than you currently believe. Stoicism provides the map, modern psychology validates the path, and action walks the journey. The question is not whether you can endure life's hardships. The question is, which law will you try first to make your mind truly unbreakable?